What's up everybody, welcome to this new Genshin Impact video. This video will be about Bennett, one of the strongest character in the game if wasn't the strongest. He's very useful, he playing many roles in the team, he can heal you, he can boost your DPS by enhancing your attack, he can do many things, he can be even main DPS himself. So, in this video I will try to explain many setups for Bennett, but mainly I will focus on DPS build and how to make him do a lot of damage. So, let's get started. So the first thing, let's look at his talents. Look about the passives. The last one, when you send a character to expedition in Mondstadt, the time reduced by 25%. This one reduce his elemental skill cooldown by 20%. And this one, when you use your ultimate, the cooldown of your elemental skill, when you use your elemental skill inside of his ultimate range, the cooldown will be reduced by 50%. And when you charge his elemental skill, you won't be launched back by his explosion. Anyway, the most important thing is this skill, his ultimate. This skill have very high scaling. It's a lot higher than a character like Diluc. If we look at Diluc, burst damage, it's 300, almost 50. I know some of you will say Diluc have dot damage, blah 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 blah, but still, the initial damage for ultimate Bennett ultimate is a lot stronger than Diluc, and have another effect which healing based on Bennett max HP. In my level, which the highest level for this skill, every second will heal you by 1588. That's the base, even if you have 0 HP on your Bennett. And additional healing depending on your HP. The more HP you have, the more healing you will receive. And the most impressive thing about Bennett is this skill. 119% attack. It's really huge person. 119% attack of Bennett base attack to any party member standing on the circle. Now keep in mind, you probably have lower number than this, because this is the max what you can get. This is plus 13 skill, but the benefit is really worth it. About his elemental skill, there is 3 versions of his elemental skill. There is the breast version, and the charge level 1, and the charge level 2. If you want my personal humble opinion, I think the breast one is the best. First of all, the breast one cooldown 5 seconds only. The charge level 2 one is 10 seconds. I know there is explosion damage, and if you calculate all those numbers together, you will get more damage. But keep in mind, by the time you're using this charge level 2, you will be able to use more than two press. What I mean by more than 2 press, the press animation is very short. The charge animation take a bit long time. You can be interrupted by monster, you can it's really take time. By that time you probably can do 1 press and maybe 2 auto attack or something. That's why I believe that the charge 1 or 2 is not very important. You don't need to rely on this. Personally, I do the press version and it's working perfectly with me. The press version will give you good amount of damage, very fast animation, so the monster or enemies that attacking you won't be able to interrupt your casting. The other good thing about the press version, the amount of energy particles. It's, I believe it's almost the same that you get from charge level 2 and the press version. So you can get the same amount of energy particles every 5 seconds rather than waiting for 10 seconds to get the same amount of energy particles. Now I know with passive, the first passive, the cooldown of the burst version 4 seconds only become, and when you are inside his ultimate, the cooldown will become only 2 seconds, and probably for the burst version will be around 4 seconds if you are inside his ultimate. So that's how to play with Bennett. If you are using him for DPS, try to use his press version to get more energy, and it's easier to use. About prioritize his skill, try always to push in his ultimate. I crowned Bennett ultimate. I think it was the first skill I used crown on it, and I'm very satisfied with my decision. It was very nice decision to use my first crown in the game on Bennett ultimate. Now let's move to the next thing. So here is the max base attack that you can get, and Bennett attack boost rely on the base attack only. You don't need to use any attack artifacts, you don't need to use any kind of shit. Just have a nice weapon and max level, and you will have the best base attack, and you will get the most advantage from Bennett. Now let's look about his weapon option. If you just want to get max amount of attack boost on Bennett, you can use one of those swords. Now the Mist Splitter is way better than Aquila Favonia, because Aquila Favonia will give you physical damage and you don't need that on Bennett. The best option for attack boosting for DPS Bennett is Mist Splitter. This one will give you the highest amount of base attack. This is the highest amount of base attack that you can get in any weapon. And this is the same amount of Mist Splitter. Just the effect of this sword not gonna give you same efficient as the previous one. Now about the other option, if you have the Skyward Blade, it's gonna be fine for supporting, especially that it has energy recharge. Now I don't have Skyward Blade myself, but I think it's fine weapon. You can use him on Bennett. The base attack will be like 608, I think. Excuse me if I was wrong. If you don't have any of that, you can use some 4-star option like the Festering Desire. The energy recharge is always nice for Bennett because you want his ultimate to be up all the time, and the more energy recharge is always gonna help you to spam it more and more. Sacrificial, I don't recommend that because this weapon is very nice, very good, but not with Bennett. We said that Bennett cooldown for elemental skill can be reduced to 2 seconds. So if you go to reset for your elemental skill, it's not gonna be a big deal. Like Xing Chu, his elemental skill cooldown is 18 seconds. So when this skill reset, that's a big deal. But for Bennett, you just reset the skill that has 2 seconds cooldown. That's not gonna make any difference, trust me. So those the weapon option for him. Always try to see the base attack, try to get more base attack. if you want to use him as support, try to get energy recharge as substat. And this is the main idea for weapon selection for Bennett. If we look at his constellation, the most important one is the first. What this one do basically, usually if you don't have this constellation, when you use Bennett ultimate, if your HP was below 70%, Bennett will just heal you. He won't provide any kind of attack boost if your HP below 70%. But if your HP over 70%, he will give you the previous attack buff that we talked about it before. What this skill do, remove the restriction for the HP. So even if your HP below 70%, you will still get the attack buff. Not just that, but you even get additional 20% attack buff based on Bennett base attack. Amazing. I have 119% attack boost from Bennett ultimate. With this 20, I will have 139 attack boost from Bennett. It's really massive amount of boost. If you use support set like Noblesse Oblige set, you will get even another 20%. That's almost 160% attack. Bro, that's probably gonna pass your own character attack. That's really a huge amount of attack boost. That's the thing that make Bennett really amazing. So the most important constellation in Bennett is his C1. C2 is okay. When his HP below 70%, you get 30% more energy recharge. The third one just 3 levels for his elemental skill. The fourth one is just for Bennett main DPS. When you use using normal attack, when you executing the second attack of his elemental skill, charge level 1 allow an additional attack to be performed, and this attack will deal 135% of the second attack damage. The fifth constellation is probably the second best after the first one. This one is 3 levels for his ultimate, and we said his ultimate is the most important skill. It's your prioritize. Finally, this skill is very bad in so many conditions, but I decide to unlock this skill by my own will. I do it by myself. First of all, I play Genshin on 2 accounts. So in this account, I don't have any kind of physical damage characters. So this skill not gonna interrupt me or anything like that. The second thing, I don't use like Shongyeon combos and those elemental infusion combos usually. So Bennett skill will work fine, at least on this account. In my secondary account, I'm not gonna unlock his 6th constellation. I will keep him at C5. But for this one, I like it. I'm gonna use it on different combos, and it's gonna open some possibilities to make more fun videos in the future. So what this skill make, when you use his ultimate, any character that are using sword, claymore, or bull or spear, whatever you want to call it, will have elemental infusion to Pyro. Also will get additional 15% Pyro damage. As I said, if you have a physical character and you use this and you got this constellation, your attack will be converted to Pyro, so you will lose all that physical damage bonus or cryo damage bonus, whatever you have. That's why so many people don't like this skill. But as I said, I open it by my own will for this account, so I'm satisfied with it. I tested Bennett as a DPS, and the best set I found so far for him as a DPS, Crimson Witch set for bees, but his best support set when I play Bennett as a support, I always use Noblest Oblige set to get nice 20% boost to my attack. Also, I have a good pieces, so he still can do very good amount of damage. But with this flame of a Crimson Witch set and some combos, you will see how much damage he will deal. That was everything about Bennett. I hope everyone understand how he works, how you play with him, and how you deal more damage with him. By the way, a lot of you will ask me about that world record damage. What's my Bennett stats? So basically, I use this, I think. Okay, this, and this, and this. For that world record damage, this was my stats. I sacrificed the crit rate for the crit damage to do max damage I can do with my banner. Keep in mind the elemental mastery is really important to do a big amount of damage. The one shot need a lot of elemental mastery. That's why we're using Sucrose for that. Anyway, I hope my guide was useful to you and I provide some value content to you. If you have any question about Bennett, anything you want me to help or answer, leave your question in the comment section and I will do my best to answer that question. Now, gonna leave you with some Bennett gameplay scenes and see you in the next video, guys. Just don't forget to subscribe. We wanna hit 1000 subscribers soon. So, see you in the next video. Peace.